Narluga, bitches.
A what?
A Narluga. You see, my mom is a beluga, and she practically got evicted from her part of the ocean because the floating sea ice melted. You know how belugas like to live under the floating sea ice where it's nice and cool until it's time to migrate, right? Yeah. Well, anyway, so the early melting really confused her, so she went off traveling and she met my dad, who's a narwhal, and let's just say life found a way. Oh my gosh, did you notice that? Oh gosh, you know, I read somewhere that water expands when it gets warm.
Yes, it does. And glaciers are melting too. So sea level is rising and taking you with it, both because of the melting glaciers and the expanding water.
Wait, I have to breathe sometime. Hold on. Oh gosh. Well, I mean, I can't breathe underwater like you mermaids. I'm a marine mammal. And were you just talking about global warming? That is so taboo.
Taboo? You were just talking about interspecies sex. That used to be taboo, but you seem to have gotten over it.
Yeah, I know, but I thought we were just going to spend the day together and have polite conversation.
We can still have polite conversation. It's really okay to talk about global warming because you live here on this globe that is warming.
You know, I guess you're right. Very much like interspecies sex, global warming is a part of my reality. About it. Were you saying that glaciers and floating sea ice are two different things?
I was. Well, glaciers, those are on land. Oh. So when they melt, they raise sea level. Like, remember when you put all those bath bombs in the tub and it overflowed and the whole thing? Yeah, that's like glaciers. But sea ice is like your rubber ducky. It just floats along the surface.
Okay. One. Glaciers melting into the ocean, that sounds like a real problem. 2, I needed all those bath bombs for glamour. And 3, if the floating sea ice doesn't affect the sea level from rising, why should it matter if it melts? I mean, I know that to belugas it matters because they live under the sea ice, but I'm not really talking to that side of my family right now, so for that. And I know that polar bears might care because they walk on the sea ice to get their food or whatever, but why should I, a sterile Narluga, care about floating sea ice? Can someone explain it to me?
It's hard to manage the Arctic. Sea ice works like those blankets that marathon runners use. You know what I mean?
What was that?
They're silver and they're... Yeah, so they're shiny and they keep the warm part warm and the cold part cold. They reflect sunlight away. So sea ice is actually the reason that the Arctic is so cool.
It was cooler last year.
Look, it gets a little bit less cool every year. Sorry. But the Arctic is warming twice as fast as the rest of the world.
Twice as fast? I thought that we had more time. I thought it was going to be like another 50 or 100 years. And I'll be honest, I thought I was going to be dead by then. Don't judge me, I live a wild life.
I'm not judging your wild life. But what's going on in the Arctic is going to affect your wild life. The Arctic keeps melting faster than anyone has predicted. We used to think we'd have until 2100, but now it looks like we'll have a virtually ice-free Arctic by the middle of the century.
Oh, my sweet, sterile Narluga god. That is not much time at all. Oh, holy shit. Oh my gosh. Is that glitter? Is that goddamn glitter ruining my ocean? God damn you, glitter!
Oh, glitter.
I'm a sad Narluga.
Plastic is a real problem in the ocean. Those human beings I was talking about, remember them?
Yeah.
Well, they dump like 5 billion tons of plastic into the ocean every year. But since that's like 10,000 times the whole world's production of glitter, I'm pretty sure this problem is more serious than glitter.
So I can't save the ocean just by giving up glitter?
Well, you could try not dropping it straight in.
Genius.
But other than that, you could stop using so much plastic. Tell those humans you hang out with to stop using all those plastic water bottles and all those straws. And what's with humans and packaging? Also, you could get your ass out to Coney Island and do a beach cleanup. That can actually make a difference.
But all of that sounds like effort.
Effort is worth it. Sometimes humans can get better. Do you remember the ozone hole?
I remember your dad's ozone hole.
Total fail. Well, when humans figured out what was going on with the ozone hole, they stopped what they were doing. They got together, they made a plan, and now the problem's much, much smaller. So that shit works sometimes.
So there's hope.
Yes.
It sounds cheesy and simple because it is cheesy and simple. If we all band together, our actions can actually make a difference. What was it that Nobel laureate Sherwood Rowland said?
I know he's your favorite Nobel laureate.
My favorite. I love Sherry.
Sherry said, "What's the use of having developed a science well enough to make predictions if in the end all we're going to do is sit around and wait for them to come true?"
Way down yonder in the deep blue sea, swim so wild and swim so free. Heaven above and the sea below, and a little white whale on the go. Everybody, baby Narluga, baby Narluga. Is your water warm? Is your mama home with you? So happy. Way down yonder where the dolphins play. Oh, I don't know the next lyric. You do though.
Way down yonder where
The dolphins play.
where they splash and swim all day.
The waves roll in and the waves roll out. See the water squirting out your spout. Ooh! Baby Narluga, baby Narluga. Is your water home? Is your mama home with you? So happy. I'm ready to come down now.